Today, history breathes through us. Tradition stands tall amongst us. Memories, sacred and enduring, walks gently beside us.
It is the thunder of talking drums, the proud gallop of decorated horses, a dazzling blend of culture, fashion, heritage, and prestige. It is a reunion of roots and a celebration of identity. It is where history meets modern elegance, where tradition wears its finest attire, and where an entire people gather to honor their king. This is Ojude Oba, the pride of the Ijebu people and the Yoruba race. Translated as the King's Forecourt, Ojude Oba is far more than a festival in Ogun State. It is one of the state's most treasured cultural assets, standing shoulder to shoulder with the famous Durbar of northern Nigeria and drawing comparisons with some of the world's most celebrated cultural carnivals. Year after year, sons and daughters of Ijebu land return home from across the world to pay homage to their revered monarch, the Awujale of Ijebu land. Although the revered royal father has now joined his ancestors, his enduring legacy continues to unite his people and give deeper meaning to this cherished tradition. For many, Ojude Oba is more than a festival. It is a heartfelt homecoming and a celebration of identity, heritage, and belonging. But in recent years, something remarkable has happened. Under the administration of Governor Dapo Abiodun, Ojude Oba has grown from a beloved cultural gathering into a global cultural phenomenon. What was once a regional celebration has become one of Nigeria's biggest tourism attractions, commanding international attention and showcasing the richness of the Yoruba heritage in the world. At this year's Ojude Oba, the excitement is impossible to ignore. Social media came alive with colorful conversations. Fashion lovers eagerly counted down the days. Travel arrangements were put in motion, and discussions about the festival echoed across continents. From Lagos to London, Abuja to Atlanta, all eyes turned to Ijebu land. The build-up to the 2026 edition was no exception, as anticipation reached a fever pitch for yet another unforgettable celebration of culture and heritage. The 2026 Ojude Oba Festival delivered everything people have come to expect and more. Color, class, elegance, and culture at its finest. Every outfit tells a story. Every carefully embroidered agbada speaks of pride and identity. From exquisitely coordinated ashwebi to magnificent head ties and flowing traditional attire, the festival once again transformed into a living runway of African excellence. And yes, even the horses arrived dressed to impress. At Ojude Oba, style is part of the culture.
Is it because of the
Yet beyond the glamour, Ojude Oba remains a powerful symbol of unity. It's a festival that welcomes everyone: culture lovers, tourists, historians, business leaders, Nollywood stars, and visitors eager to experience one of Africa's most vibrant cultural celebrations. For a day, differences fade and everyone becomes part of one shared story, a story of heritage, pride, and belonging. And what would Ojude Oba be without its unforgettable cultural displays? The drums beat with infectious energy, the dancers move with graceful precision, the atmosphere crackles with excitement. Then come the famous age-grade groups known as the Regbe, each one stepping forward in coordinated splendor to pay royal homage to the Awujale's regent. Their entrance is always a masterclass in organization, tradition, and pageantry. And perhaps the most anticipated moment is the arrival of the Balogun families. These are descendants of ancient warrior lineages. Mounted on beautifully adorned horses, they ride into the arena with confidence and pride, saluting the Awujale in a breathtaking display of courage, honor, and tradition. It is a spectacle that never loses its magic, one that leaves cameras clicking and audiences cheering year after year. Among those proudly celebrating this cultural masterpiece is Governor Dapo Abiodun himself, a proud son of Ogun State and a passionate promoter of its cultural heritage. Known for his distinctive style and deep appreciation for tradition, the governor's presence at Ojude Oba reflects absolute commitment to the promotion of the Ijebu cultural heritage. His anticipation speaks to a belief that culture is not merely something to preserve, it is something to invest in and grow. Joining him at the festival are the Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, former Governor, Chief Olusegun Oshoba, the Minister of Art, Culture and Tourism and the Creative Economy, Hanatu Musawa, Mr. Sheyi Tinubu, members of the State Executive Council, and other distinguished guests from across Nigeria and beyond. For Governor Abiodun, positioning Ojude Oba as Ogun State's flagship tourism event was never an accident. It was a deliberate strategy, a recognition that culture is not only about preserving the past, but also about creating opportunities for the future. The governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to working with key stakeholders to further expand the festival's global reach and strengthen its place on the international tourism calendar.
We are working closely with all stakeholders to expand its international visibility whilst preserving its authentic Ijebu essence. Today, the economic impact of Ojude Oba is evident everywhere. Hotels are fully occupied, businesses are flourishing, artisans and traders are in power, young people are predominantly engaged. This festival has become not only a cultural asset, but also a major economic platform for Ijebu and state by extension.
What Ojude Oba has become under the support and leadership of Governor Dapo Abiodun is nothing short of extraordinary. Today, it attracts visitors from around the world. It generates global media attention. It showcases the very best of Nigerian culture. And perhaps, most importantly, it demonstrates how culture can become a powerful economic asset. Ojude Oba is no longer just a festival. It is a blueprint for building a thriving cultural economy.
It's our life and soul. For us, this is our homecoming, and also it's a renewal of our faith, our commitment to our culture. It's coming together with my brothers my age mates, it's incredible. It's very, very important to us.
Well, Ojude Oba is always a day of colors. It's something we do once every year on the third day of Ileya. It's a day of harmony, it's a day of togetherness. It's one day where Ijebu sons and daughters all over the world would come together and celebrate the essence of our Ijebu.
And if you can see now that some areas in Southwest, they want to do what we have been doing for decades. You know, we understand what we call respect, and that's our way of respecting our elders, most especially the Awujale of Ijebu land.
Beyond the colors, beyond the fashion, beyond the spectacle, this is a deeper story. A story of livelihoods created and businesses empowered. Fashion designers receive new orders months in advance. Tailors work around the clock. Hotels record increased occupancy.
This has become the bastion. This is really the seed of, I think, civilization, because as much as we have so much different cultures all over Nigeria, what you find in Ijebu land and what is happening in Ojude Oba, you know, really can be a sort of a template for us to continue to embrace our culture.
Makeup artists, photographers, caterers, transport operators, and local traders all benefit from the influx of visitors. This is culture creating commerce. This is heritage creating opportunity. This is tradition driving economic growth. And when Governor Dapo Abiodun speaks about building an Ogun state where prosperity is shared by all, Ojude Oba stands as a shining example of exactly what that vision looks like.